Hi, my name is Alyssa Cabrera, and the thought of the day I'd like to share is about showing compassion and empathy to those around us during this very stressful and confusing time. And something I've learned about myself is that it's much easier for me to offer compassion and grace and empathy to others if I'm first showing that to myself. I think for most of us, our harshest critic is ourselves. We're very quick to mentally berate ourselves and condemn ourselves for any mistake, and sometimes even a thought. And a scripture that comes to mind for me is from Proverbs: above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. And I think for a long time, I thought of that only as protecting myself from the outside. But what about protecting myself from this bully that's kind of running around in my own head? And something else is that when I want to offer grace and compassion to other people, it's very hard for me to switch gears to love and grace and compassion when I've been practicing condemnation and judgment from within. So two scriptures that help me to work on this are the first one's in Hebrews, and it's Hebrews 4:15 through 16. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weakness, but we have one who was tempted in every way like we are, yet did not sin. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. And the other one is in Psalm 103:13 through 14. As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. For he knows how we are formed. He remembers that we are dust. And these two scriptures reminded me of the grace and the compassion that God offers me. He remembers that we're dust. He takes our circumstances into consideration. He doesn't condone that behavior or excuse it, but he doesn't condemn us either. And I think for a long time, I thought that the more spiritual choice was to beat myself up and was to condemn myself because I was so afraid of cheap grace. But these scriptures helped me to let go of that. And another thing that I've done, and when I was first trying to work on this, that kind of sounds a little bit silly, is that I had to start to verbally reset my mental tapes. So for example, if I made a mistake and I was in that space and I was like, oh, you're stupid, or whatever, I would stop myself. And sometimes in my head, but sometimes out loud, I would say, no, that's not true. You made a mistake, but that's not who you are. And that would kind of reset my tape, and it was creating new tapes. And what happened was that I actually found myself playing these new tapes for other people. When my head would have a critical thought about somebody else, I would immediately hear the new tape, but for them. And I would think, no, that's not true. You don't know what they've been through. And it just helped me so much to learn to offer grace to others as well. So I hope this has been helpful and encouraging. Thank you so much for letting me share. I miss you all so much, and I can't wait to see you all again. Love you. Bye.